Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be hang out, have fun, and hook up. One of my favorite topics. And I got an email here from a viewer, and he says, "Hey, Corey, what's up? I appreciate all your videos and all your efforts to help out the common man." He says, "So me and my ex of 3 years broke up around 7 years ago. It just happened out of the blue. Usually does for most guys." He says, "But from your videos, I've learned females have their minds made up, and if we're not paying close attention, they'll just walk away like nothing happened. So we broke up, and it kind of shocked me, but I didn't try to beg or plead for her to come back. I simply agreed, and I walked away. I started hanging out with my boys, meeting new people, enjoying life. Me and my ex had little to no contact for the whole summer, which was 3 months. I kind of figured something was up, but I didn't want to bring it up. So a couple of months go by, and she started sending me I love you texts, and these texts started to get heavy as time went by. But me, still in shock from the breakup, I just ignored them." Well, I would have done that. If she'd have said I love you, it's like, "Well, I love you too, babe. Why don't you come on over? I miss you. I want to see you. When are you free to get together? Why don't you grab a bottle of wine, come on over to my house. We'll make dinner together." That's all you got to say. But ignoring her, it was like, what do you accomplish by ignoring the girl? He says, "So time goes by, and I find out from her sister she's been talking to some other guy, but at the same time she kept texting me, and she would even show up at my job just to say hey to me." Well, it sounds like she's obviously having second thoughts and regretting it. And so, like I talk about all the time, it's like when a girl starts reaching out to you after several months, you got to assume it's because she wants to see you. And so you should do one thing. Hang out, have fun, and hook up. In other words, hang out, arrange a date, arrange a fun-filled romantic opportunity for sex to happen, do something in the evening. Preferably, since she was the one that dumped you, just have her come on over to your place, bring a bottle of wine, and you guys can make dinner together. That's the easiest way and the simplest way to go about doing it. And so when you're hanging out, you're going to focus on having fun. No serious subjects, no boyfriend-girlfriend talk, no getting back together. Just hang out and have fun. And when she brings up, just say, "Hey, let's not worry about it. Let's just hang out and have fun together, and let's just see where it goes." That's all you got to say. And then the hookup part is just when you're with her, go for the kiss. Make a kiss, make a move on her, start fooling around so it ends up in your bedroom like it used to before when you're together, and so you can have sex. She's chasing you. She's coming back to you by reaching out, and since you're the man, you're the one who has the penis, it's up to you to lead the interaction to where you want it to go. He says, "So I guess I got tired of her trying to use me as backup, so I just asked her about it, and she told me the truth, and I simply said, 'I'm happy for you,' and walked away." So I wouldn't have cared about the other guy. Even if she brought him up, I was like, I don't care about him, because, you're dating other people, she's dating other people. It's like, hey, he can keep you busy when you're not with me. That's the best comeback to say to that. And because that response, what it communicates is that you will love the other person in such a way that they feel free. That's what you're doing. Is you're adoring her in a way that makes her feel free. It's like you could take it or leave it. You don't need it one way or another. And what that does is it gives her the space when she decides that she misses you to chase and pursue and come back to you more. And so that's all you got to really do is like when she reaches out to you, arrange a date, hang out, have fun, and hook up. Rinse, recycle, repeat. That's all you got to do. And just keep focused on that. And eventually, after several weeks of doing this, what's going to happen is she'll be calling and texting you pretty much constantly to the point where she's always with you all the time. And then she'll bring up and pretty much let you know that she wants to be exclusive again. And then if you want to be exclusive again, then agree to it. And if you don't, just say, "Hey, let's not complicate things. It's still too early. I just want to see where it goes. Let's just have fun." That's all you got to do. He says, "So over the weekend, I woke up to a text from her that said, 'Hey, I love you.' So I began to text her. Through the text, she randomly says, 'Birthday Sex just came on.' And that's the song we play the first time we had sex." So when she's bringing this up, that means that she's thinking about having sex with you again. Birthday Sex, great movie. Why don't you come on over and we'll rent the movie. We can watch it online, or you know what? We'll reminisce and make our own birthday sex. He says, "So I began to say that was an amazing day, and she said it was a great day too. So I just came out and said, 'You should come on over to my place.' And her reply was, 'Yes, I need to.' So she said she was busy the next 2 days, So she said, I got my schedule cleared for us next week. And I'm like, all right. And she replied with a wink face. So I just ended and said, I gotta go. But how can I keep the interest level up right now? I feel it's in the 70s to 80s, but I want to get it where she's all over me again. You got to remember, women fall in love slowly over time. And so if they've fallen out of love with you, it took time for them to fall out of love with you. And now, since you're doing things right because you found my work, she's starting to come to you at her own pace. So she'll fall back in love with you slowly over time. And it doesn't matter about the other dudes that she's dating because she's got more emotion, a deeper emotional bond with you because you just simply spent more time together. And so, hang out, have fun, and hook up. That's all you got to do. When she reaches out to you, arrange a date. That's it. And then get off the phone and say, great, I'll see you then, sweetheart. I'll see you then, sunshine. I'll see you then, sweet pea, whatever you happen to call her. And that's it. Get off the phone. Arrange a date and get off the phone. And then when you see her, have fun and hook up. It's really simple. It's all you got to do. And if you just keep focused on that, as the weeks go by, what will happen is the time in between her reaching out to you will get closer and closer and closer and closer and closer until she's texting you or calling you 2-3 times a day. And when she's calling you and texting you 2 or 3 times a day, it's pretty easy to go, oh, I miss you too, sweetheart. We got to get together when you're free. She's like, well, how about if I come over later tonight? I was like, that sounds great. Why don't you bring some of that edible chocolate body cream that you brought over the other night? That sounds really hot. I like that. That's all you got to do, man. It's not simple. And so, because the reason that will cause her to fall for you is you're giving her the freedom and the space to come at you at her own pace. And if a girl is chasing you, guess what? She's not going to dump you when she's chasing you. And this makes it so easy. I know it's counterintuitive, but this is how things will be effortless. If you do this, it'll allow her to come back to you at her own pace, and she'll be the one that brings up getting back together and being exclusive again, because it's obvious you wrote to me, so you want her to be your girlfriend again, and you want to get her back to the point where she's completely gonzo and head over heels in love with you and saying, I love you so much, I can't stop thinking about you. And that's what happens, and you're not really doing anything other than just planning dates and having a great time. And the key to remember is that when you are with her, because women are emotional beings, is that you got to focus on think about what you're doing and what you're saying when you're with her, how it's going to make her feel. And so whenever she's with you, whenever she reaches out to you, we want her to feel good. That's why we don't want to talk about drama. We don't want to get into arguments. You don't want to get pissed off at her or butt hurt. You just want her, every time she reaches out to you, it causes her to feel good. And so whenever she sees you, she feels good. When she reaches out to you, she feels good. And so over several weeks, this is what will cause her to fall back in love with you again. And you won't really be hardly doing anything other than just simply arranging definite dates and then getting off of the phone. Because when you're not on the phone talking to her, she can't get bored with you unless you're together in person. So if you're not boring her by chit-chatting over the phone when you guys actually get together and have a date, you haven't seen each other for a couple of days or a week or whatever, you got a lot to talk about. But if you fall in the trap of talking and texting several times throughout the day, familiarity breeds comfort. And when people get too comfortable, it gets predictable and it gets boring. When a woman gets boring, she's like a cat. She's going to go off and roam the neighborhood and not call you for a few days. And so if you just allow her to come to you, and when she does come to you, you arrange dates, definite dates, and then you get off the phone. Each time you see her, she's going to be more and more enthusiastic to see you. She'll be more affectionate, more lovey-dovey. She'll be initiating sex more as her interest level goes up. And this is what effortless looks like. This is what I talk about extensively in my book. So if you have a question you want to ask me, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going to my website, click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want to get a digital version of my Kindle ebook, on my website, underneath the email sign-up box, is a box that has a link that will take you right to the Amazon Kindle download page for my book. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device, just download one of their free e-reader apps for whatever electronic device you want to read my book on. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in this video coaching newsletter, the articles on my website, or my ebook, you can show your appreciation right now by going to my website, and on the would be a toolbar at the bottom of your screen, click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.